What is up, everybody? It's BMax Bracketology, and I am back continuing the series of predicting every single college basketball conference tournament winner. And today I'm doing the Big East, located in New York City, the most famous arena, the Madison Square Garden. There's nothing better than the Big East tournament. I'm a big Creighton fan, grew up watching this, absolutely love this tournament. Creighton has never really historically done good in this tournament, but 2020 could have been the year, but unfortunately it didn't happen. St. John's ran away with the regular season. Very, very impressive season from Rick Pitino. And let's just get into the games right away. So, unfortunately, I'm sorry I got this out late. The Providence-Butler game and the Georgetown-DePaul game were over. In the first matchup, I took Butler over Providence. I watched Providence against Creighton this year. I went to that game in person. Wasn't really impressed by this Providence team, and I think Butler, when they can shoot the ball, they are a very, very good team. Telfort, I like him a lot. This team is deeper than Providence, so that's why I picked them, and I was correct. And then in the other game between Georgetown and DePaul, I took DePaul, so 2 for 2 already. Let's go. DePaul, they've been playing pretty well recently. They've been one of the hotter teams in the Big East. And Georgetown, without Sober, I just wasn't really feeling it. And DePaul did just kill them recently, so I just felt that wasn't really that really wasn't fake. That was true how DePaul was playing. So I took DePaul, so 2 for 2. And then this game's going on right now. I saw in the first couple of minutes that Villanova's killing Seton Hall, but I had Villanova anyway. Seton Hall is just an awful shooting team. I think they're one of the worst in the country, guys. They cannot do anything offensively unless they are forcing turnovers and getting fast break points. Outside of that, just an awful shooting team. Still believe in Shanine Holloway. He's a very good coach. He took St. Peter's to the Elite Eight. Like, don't give up on this guy, Seton Hall. Like, he just needs to get the right players in there, and he can do everything. So yeah, Villanova's just too good. They shoot the ball too well. Give me the 6 seed Villanova in this one. And then in the quarterfinal matchups, we got the 1 seed St. John's versus the 9 seed Butler. Butler was able to give St. John's a little run for their money the last time they played. So even though that is considered a neutral site, it is still in Madison Square Garden. So this is pretty much a home team for St. John's. They're gonna force Butler to be reckless. Butler. They are a good shooting team, but St. John's is just such a good defense. I think they're gonna slow them down. I think Butler's gonna struggle to get open shots. I'm gonna roll with the 1 seed St. John's in this one. And then we got the 4 seed Xavier versus the 5 seed Marquette. Marquette has just not been playing good as of recently. They were looking like a national championship contender in the non-conference play, but right as they got to the Big East play, it just seemed like they couldn't beat any of the top-tier opponents. Really struggling with that. The Xavier team is red hot right now. Conwell, Fremantle. I mean, those two are just spectacular. I really like the Xavier team a lot. They're trending up. Marquette's trending down. These two teams are very, 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 very similar. I'm going to take the team that's trending up and needs this win a lot more. And Xavier, if Xavier wins this game, I think they're in the tournament easily. So give me the 4 seed Xavier in this one. And then we got the 2 seed Creighton versus the 10 seed DePaul. I went to this game in Omaha when Creighton kind of surged late against DePaul. DePaul kind of plays a smaller lineup, so Ryan Kalkbrenner was able to feast in that game. He's going to be able to do this again. Creighton's the better outside shooting team anyway. DePaul really doesn't have an advantage in this one. I'm going to take the 2 seed Creighton to win this one. And then in the final quarterfinal match, we got the 3 seed UConn versus 6 seed Villanova. This game is really intriguing to me. Both these offenses are very, very good. Both of them shoot the 3 ball very well. Villanova runs through Eric Dixon as they should. Absolute stud. UConn kind of runs their offense through McNeely. Not as great, but still very, very solid. Neither one of these teams have very amazing 3-point defenses either. So I think this is going to be whoever can shoot the 3 ball better, who can defend it better, is going to win this game. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pick against Dan Hurley in Store South, as they call it. Dan Hurley is just going to outcoach Kyle Neptune. That's the only thing that I can really think about distinguishing these two. A lot of people have Villanova being a big bid stealer. I can honestly see it if Eric Dixon catches fire, but I don't know. I just don't think he has that clutch gene in him down the stretch. I just don't love this Villanova team either. Doesn't play great defense. They play very, very slow too. Not amazing. I'm gonna go with the 3 seed UConn in this one. And then we got the 1 seed St. John's versus the 4 seed Xavier. Xavier went into St. John's earlier this year, and they should have beat them. They sold the game so hard. Really should have beat them. St. John's, they're gonna make Xavier's life hell. That's what they do. They're gonna make Xavier make frantic decisions. They're gonna force Xavier to make turnovers. Xavier does do a pretty good job of taking care of the ball. They're a very good outside shooting team. St. John's is just so good defensively, and when they're on with shooting, they are so good. Once again, this is pretty much a home game for St. John's. I think the Garden's gonna be freaking buzzing in this one. I have a hard time believing Xavier can go into this environment and win this. I'm gonna go with the 1 seed St. John's to go to the championship game. And then we got the 2 seed Creighton versus the 3 seed UConn. Once again, both these teams love to shoot the three ball. I honestly do think Creighton is the better 3-point shooting team than UConn, and UConn has a worse 3-point defense than Creighton. I like Creighton's 3-point defense. They're kind of like they don't really force the teams to shoot a lot of 3-pointers. They want them to get inside to Ryan Kalkbrenner, and I don't think UConn really has a guy who can get to the rim as well as they did last year. Not as good as a shooting team. This Creighton team matches up well against UConn. I just don't like the fact that UConn doesn't really have a big guy that can score. I mean, Terrace Reed's good, but I think he's going to struggle against Kalkbrenner. I think Kalkbrenner's going to win that inside battle. Creighton's going to win the outside battle, going to win the inside battle. UConn doesn't force a lot of turnovers. I like this matchup for Creighton, so I'm going to go with the 2 seed Creighton to go into, as they call it, Store South and win this game. Moving on to the championship game. And then in the championship game, we got the 1 seed St. John's versus the 2 seed Creighton. These were clearly the two best teams in the Big East this year. Big East season, not non-conference play, not in the total year. These were the two best teams in the overall conference play. These two teams did play about 3 weeks ago. St. John's was able to pull it out very narrowly, though. The one thing about St. John's that they do very well, I already talked about this, is that they turn teams over and they take very, very good care of the ball. Creighton just does not take care of the ball very, very well, and they do not force a lot of turnovers. I just don't like this matchup for them. I think they're going to get a little flustered with St. John's physicality. Kalkbrenner is a very good center, but the physicality of St. John's has shown to make him struggle a little bit. I think Ashworth is going to be all out of sync. So when Ashworth and Kalkbrenner are out of sync, this Creighton team is just not very good. So I'm going to roll with the 1 seed St. John's to win the Big East Championship. I mean, what a job Coach Rick Pitino has done for the squad this year. This team is legit. They're led by R.J. Lewis. I like him a lot. Very, very good player. They got Xavier. He's kind of the inside guy. I like his ability to move without the ball. I think he's a very, very solid. He's kind of like a big slasher when you kind of look at it in that way. I like him a lot. Then they got Smith. Smith might not be able to play in the tournament though. I'm not completely sure about him. Cardari Richmond is such a good player. He is so lengthy. That's what the St. John's team is they're so lengthy. They're so athletic. That's what they're given to do. Wilcher, like his 3-point shooting ability. Scott, like him a lot. This team is just good, guys. They are physical. They don't allow teams to bully them around, and I like that a lot. And the funny thing about it is Rick Pitino just came in his second year and just turned this place around, which is just amazing. He's done an amazing job with this group. If this group really wasn't that talented coming into the year. You didn't really expect it. This team hasn't won a Big East tournament championship since 2000, so almost 25 years. Rick Pitino comes in his second year. He's from New York City, gets it done for the Johnnies. This team, I think they're a little upset prone in March Madness just because of their shooting ability, but other than that, like this team a lot in March Madness. So that's who I'm rolling with in the Big East. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you get notifications of every time I post. And once again, I'm sorry for getting this out a little late, but when you have to record 6 to 8 videos in a day, you get a little behind track. So I'm sorry about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. BMAX Bracketology out. God bless everyone.